Hi everyone, it's Yoselyn with Remax Realty team bringing you this month's Market Snapshot. Cape Coral single-family homes. The last couple of years during COVID, we saw a real estate market like we've never seen before. The meaning of home changed, interest rates dropped, and so many people said, now is the time we're going to go buy a home because we need something different or familial needs changed. There was a tremendous amount of demand that was out in the markets, and what happened with listings? Listings dropped, absorption rates topped 212%, sales went through the roof, and now we're literally seeing the inverse of that. But before we become depressed, yes, the last several months of sales are down. Interest rates are nearly 1.5 higher than they were several years ago. But even with some of those factors, we're still reporting higher sales than the last several years. We're up 17% from the high of 2019 when rates were hovering over 4%. Realistically speaking, one of the primary reasons why sales are down could be in part due to the hurricane and not necessarily interest rates. Cape Coral home statistics. Inventory levels rose by 5% last month, in line with fourth quarter projected patterns, doubling and cooling prices and a change of inventory to neutral levels. Fort Myers closed single-family homes. Number of sales tend to fall slightly each year at this time, but the opposite happened. The number of sales are up by 11%. One could suggest that those are pending contracts that were pushed back in the aftermath of Ian. However, one likely would have been we would have seen the difference in October rather than November. Fort Myers home statistics. For those thinking that prices will crash, they will have to keep waiting. Although prices have cooled down a bit, demand and inventory has as well. North Fort Myers closed single-family homes. North Fort Myers has fared quite well, averaging around the 50 mark throughout this year. The rise in sales in November indicated a healthy bounce back as we near the end of 2022. North Fort Myers home statistics. Inventory levels rose by 3% last month, a negative 8% in prices from a year ago, and the months of inventory hovering in the seller's range. Lehigh Acres closed single-family homes. We saw the single greatest jump in REOs for the county. So the question in everybody's mind is, are we about to see a bunch of foreclosures coming into the market? One of the leading indicators of that is delinquencies. And delinquencies are down right now. Foreclosures are very, very low. Those facing foreclosures have some considerable equity built up in their homes. Now, people do get foreclosed on that have equity in their homes, but the bottom line is that people have options. They can sell their home, put some money in their pocket, and sort of move to the other side of the financial crisis they and their families have faced. Lehigh Acres home statistics. Inventory levels rose by 3% last month. Year-over-year prices remain strong in the market, although the months of inventory are now in the buyer's arena. Bonita Estero closed single-family homes. 82 closings for this market. Although Bonita Estero saw the greatest percentage in inventory last month, sales are the lowest since 2017. Bonita Estero home statistics. Inventory levels rose by 16% last month and the biggest drop in prices year over year we've seen in a long time. Months of inventory continues to favor sellers, but for how long? How long or how will the rise of inventory impact the housing market, not only nationally, but in our very own backyard? First, we must look back and understand, what does history tell us? Nationally, this slide depicts the fluctuations in inventory month over month. In Cape Coral, the month over month change was a mere 5%. Fort Myers, 8%, Lehigh Acres, 3%, Bonita Estero saw the greatest at 16%, and North Fort Myers, 3%. The average across all of Lee County, 7%. Pre- and post-pandemic changes in inventory range between 5 and 8% in the fourth quarter, meaning that we are in line with previous patterns, but we're still going to have to see how this plays out. We're going to have to see what happens with inflation, with mortgage rates, and what will happen post-Ian. Thanks for watching. See you again next month. And remember, success is your only option.